Hi, it is Jim Clarke here from the Apprentice Academy. I'm down at the landing in Media City today to meet Chris Sheffield, who is a technology entrepreneur and managing director of Betfred.com. So welcome to the interview, Chris.
Thanks, Jim.
So there's a lot of pressure put on young people at the moment, to succeed in education. How did you find school yourself?
I hated school, so I got expelled from school when I was 15 for being the clown of a class and being disruptive and all of that. And I just found that at school there was a lot of stuff that you learned that wasn't useful. I mean, I was doing Latin, and I've never used that ever since I've left school. So I think, for me, I don't really like authority either, so I like to make my own decisions, and I found school a bit constraining. So.
Just to ask you a little bit about your career to date, you've done some pretty exciting stuff, so find out more about it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm sort of best described as a startup specialist, so I kind of started life working in my professional career working at Deloitte in IT consulting in Manchester and London. I learned a lot about business. In 1999 I set up a business called Unite from scratch, which started off with 100 staff from day one, and it was really successful. In fact, it shocked even me that after 60 weeks of starting a business up, we sold it for a big multi-million-pound sum, and I was only 32 at the time. And then after that I've set up the 3 other businesses since then. So my passion's always been about new startups, new ideas, new technology, looking at the technology that comes along and working out how it's going to be used in the future. And then eventually Fred Doan, very, very successful businessman, is actually my hero in life. He's a Salford lad, he's a Man United fan, which is the same as myself.
Yeah.
So one way or another we've kind of joined forces, so I now run his online business, which is a significant business. And also together we've now started to create more startups.
You mentioned when we were having a chat before about you've got a real passion for supporting young people, and I think you're working with some young people in startups at the moment.
I've always had a very strong view that it's not about qualifications, it's about how the person is, what kind of skills they've got, how confident they are. So I think there's a lot of young people get missed out because they don't have the degree, or they don't have the A levels or the O levels or whatever, whereas I'm much more keen in finding out the person inside. So at Betfred, and in all my other businesses that I've had, we've always employed young people. Age doesn't matter, it's about ability, and really sort of try and nurture that talent.
You talked about Fred being your role model. Steve Redgrave's someone I really admire, and Britain's greatest Olympian. Sorry, Sir Chris. But he actually left school with a woodwork GCSE.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't in business, but it doesn't matter. His attitude that got him to where he did.
Yeah.
So you've talked a little bit about your career, and you've done some pretty impressive things. What were your first jobs though when you left school?
The first probably paid-for job after leaving school was working on Blackpool Pleasure Beach in the summer holidays, where I was a ride operator on the steeplechase. And I think working with the public, it was a fantastic experience. You're out all day, it's a hard work, 70 hours a week. But you got to meet a lot of different people, and obviously at that age having a lot of fun being in Blackpool when everyone's on holiday. So
yeah, it's great. So how did you then go on to college?
Yeah, so I managed to, when I got kicked out of school, I managed to scrape together some A levels, some very D and 2Es, which I did at home. And then I managed to get onto a course at Preston Polytechnic at the time, which was for business information technology.
You talked about Fred being one of your role models. Is there anyone else that you sort of look up to or admire?
I suppose outside of business would be Alex Ferguson. He's been a feature for a long part of my life. I'm a big Man United fan. For
young people leaving education now, what piece of advice would you give someone to be successful?
I think it's a bit hackneyed, but the first thing is hard work. I mean, success is all about hard work and preparation, and particularly for young people, I think not taking no for an answer. You're going to find a lot of people trying to block what you want to do, but I've always never ever taken no for an answer. I've always looked a way around the no and another way of doing something. So I think it's about, if it fails first time, try and try again.
It's interesting as well, because Manchester, I just think, is such a great city for young people to grow up in, and the whole digital revolution is offering some really exciting career opportunities as well that have never been there before. So it's an exciting time. So, well, I really appreciate your time, Chris, and giving up your time to come down, and hopefully we're going to inspire some more young people to get out there and be successful. So thanks very much.
Great, thanks Jim.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you.